Welcome to This Explainer. You know what? We're going to skip the usual preamble today and just drop right into the high-stakes drama of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The tension right now, it is absolutely palpable. The stadiums are roaring, the lights are blazing, and the narratives unfolding, both out there on the pitch and behind the closed doors of the boardroom, are just totally captivating. We've got a ton of ground to cover today, from late-game heroics to some serious administrative scrutiny, so let's just get straight to the facts.
The round of 16 is officially in the books. So, who actually survived the cut? Look, the knockout stages of the World Cup always deliver unmatched intensity. And this recent slate of matches? Oh man, it was absolutely no exception. We literally saw lifelong dreams realized and national hopes completely dashed in the span of just 90 minutes. The field is narrowed, the pressure has exponentially multiplied, and the true contenders, well, they're finally separating themselves from the rest of the pack.
Section 1. The quarterfinal picture. Who advances? Okay, let's dive into this.
Because how a team actually wins in the round of 16 tells us a whole lot about their momentum going forward, right? So on one side of the bracket, we've got Belgium. They knocked out the USA with an absolutely convincing victory. I mean, they just asserted their dominance and completely controlled the pace of the game. But then contrast that incredibly methodical win with the absolute nail-biter we saw between Spain and Portugal. Spain didn't just coast to a win with a runaway lead. No, they eliminated Portugal thanks to a dramatic, incredibly late-game goal from Mikel Merino. So we've got two massive, high-stakes matchups yielding two completely different paths to the quarterfinals. You've got one team coasting on a dominant performance and the other riding the massive emotional high of last-minute heroics.
Section 2. End of an era. A legend bows out.
As with all great international tournaments, those thrilling victories often come with a really heavy cost. Following Portugal's elimination, the inevitable was finally confirmed. This was Cristiano Ronaldo's final FIFA World Cup appearance. And man, that carries an immense emotional weight. We're talking about one of the greatest players to ever step onto a pitch, ending his career on the sport's absolute biggest global stage. Honestly, regardless of who you support, watching a legend of this magnitude bow out of the World Cup for the last time, it marks the undeniable end of an era. The tournament's going to continue, sure, but it does so without one of its most defining figures.
Section 3. The spectacle ahead. Gear and glamour. Now, what's really interesting about this is,
as legends leave the pitch, FIFA introduces entirely new elements to really elevate the spectacle for the grand finale. Case in point, FIFA has officially unveiled the Trio and Dalda final. This is the brand new official match ball that's going to be used exclusively for the final four matches of the 2026 World Cup. It's a striking visual marker for both the players and us fans. When you see this ball out there on the grass, you know for a fact you've entered the ultimate, most elite phase of the competition. The margins for error are completely gone, and the equipment itself gets an upgrade to match the moment.
but hey, the spectacle of the World Cup finale isn't just about the gear on the pitch. 11. What exactly does 11 represent in the context of the World Cup final? Well, it is the exact hyper-packed duration of the halftime show, just 11 minutes. Now, 11 minutes might sound incredibly short, but just wait until you see exactly what they are cramming into that time frame. Justin Bieber, Madonna, Shakira, BTS, and Burna Boy. I mean, just think about the sheer scale of international talent crammed into an 11-minute window. Good luck sneaking away for a bathroom break, right? This perfectly captures how the World Cup crosses over from just being a pure sporting event into a massive global pop culture phenomenon. You literally have 5 distinct, record-breaking global mega acts sharing one single stage. It's designed to be this rapid-fire, dazzling sensory experience that captures the attention of the entire planet, seamlessly bridging the gap between the two halves of the most important football match of the year.
Section 4. Off-the-pitch scrutiny. The boardroom. So, the crucial point is,
while the on-pitch drama and the halftime glamour easily capture the world's attention, there is another, entirely different layer to the 2026 World Cup playing out behind the scenes. Off the pitch, a human rights organization has announced plans to file a formal complaint with the International Olympic Committee against FIFA President Gianni Infantino. According to the reports, this planned complaint centers over alleged political neutrality concerns. Those are the stated facts currently shaping the administrative narrative surrounding FIFA's leadership during this tournament.
Which brings us to our final thought. Just look at the vast, complex landscape of this tournament that we've mapped out today. With football legends like Ronaldo officially exiting the stage, unprecedented lineups of pop megastars arriving for the finale, and off-field scrutiny growing in the boardroom, what is ultimately going to define the legacy of the 2026 World Cup? Will it be remembered mostly for Mikel Merino's late-game heroics and Belgium's sheer dominance?
Will it be the spectacle of that 11-minute halftime show? Or maybe the administrative actions taking place entirely out of the stadium's view? The tournament is far from over, and the complete story is still being written. Keep that question in mind as we watch the remainder of the quarterfinals unfold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay focused, and I will see you next time.